The incompetent way to make money in Crossout. Number 3. Other sources of resources. Now, number 1, I mentioned going into battle and harvesting that scrap and fuel, if you've got a fuel tank or a fuel barrel, and you win, and you're alive at the end of the battle. But anyway, when you look at the scrap metal, there's a limit, and you might hit that limit. You have to play pretty hard to hit that limit, but you can do it. And once you do that, what are you going to do? There's no way for you to make money going into battle. But wait, yes there is. What's this? Get wires. Wires is another resource you use for building stuff, and you can sell it, and you can collect it from this type of battle. You need to get a vehicle with a power score of 3000 or more, but once you've got that, you can go into the wires battle and collect wires. It's not quite as you get a few less wires, which makes it a bit less profitable than going into battle for scrap. But there's another 2,450 units of wires you can get after you've got all that scrap metal that you're allowed. So that's one battle you can go into. And then there are these things called raids. There's easy raids. Where's an easy raid? Where you get coupons and copper. Copper's yet another resource which you can collect up and sell. And there's no weekly limit on how much you can get, how much copper you can get from raids. There's a daily limit on the coupons, and you just collect them and sell them when you got loads of them. But the prime way of getting money out of raids is copper, because if you go for a hard raid, let's have a look at this one, what you end up with is, for however well you do in the battle, you get a percentage of that in copper. Now if you win this raid battle, you can end up with, I wrote it down, how much was it? About 6 coins worth of copper from one hard battle. But there's a problem. To go into a raid costs you fuel, and 60 fuel costs around 3 coin at the moment. And that 6 coins worth of copper reward is presuming you completed the raid successfully, and you don't always do that. So generally speaking, raids, they're a bit iffy on making money if you're paying for your fuel, if you're buying it off the market, or even if you're collecting it off missions, because you could sell it for 3 coins. Sell that 60 fuel for 3 coins rather than just spend it on going into a raid. But you get a free daily allowance, remember. That tops up every 24 hours. It starts off at 60 litres when you're starting the game, but after you've achieved a few levels with engineers, it ramps up to 200, which will let you go into 3 and a bit hard raids a battle for free. So do that and collect the copper and the coupons and then sell them. Otherwise, don't pay for fuel to go into raids unless you get to the point where you can go into hard raids and expect to win. At that point, if you did it every time, you're doubling your money. Well, you're making 3 coins a battle at current prices. So that could be worth doing, but it takes a long time to get. There's a limit of you've got to have a power score of 4000 in order to get to a hard raid, but you need more like a power score of 8000, and the rest of the team to be around 8000 to be confident of winning the raid successfully. So when you're starting out, paying for fuel to go to a raid, not a great idea. Use your free fuel, but that's it. So that's raids. What other sort of battles are there? What's this? A brawl. There are a number of different brawls. There's race, there's black scorpions, where you get given a high-end vehicle and shoot it out, and Storm Warning, where you shoot it out against other players who just bring in their monster vehicles and pound you. Was there another one? I can't remember. Anyway, race is what's on here. It used to be brawls were really worth it to ramp up your scrap collection, but that's been cut down a lot recently. It doesn't cost you anything to get into these brawls, so off you go. Treat it like going into a battle, provided you can get wins or succeed or come sort of first, second, third maybe in a race. It's as profitable time-wise in gaining scrap to sell as a mission battle. Plus, you get special rewards, which are usually die parts. You need 40 die parts and then some scrap and some copper, and you can mix it all up and make a die, which you can either sell or use. But those die parts, and you have to do it 40 times to get the lot, or something along those lines. And you've got 2 weeks to do it in. But when it starts, it refreshes and you get a new set of die parts. Those die parts can go for half a coin each, and you need 10 battles to get 10 of them or more. That's the first rank, and then there's another 10 battles for 20, and another 10 battles for 30, and another 10 battles for 40. So if you do brawl hard, when a new die comes in, you can make a significant amount of cash. But otherwise, after the first day, everybody's doing this, so the price of the die parts drops like a stone to what it is now. Let's have a look. Storage, which was the last one? I sold all my last one. But let's have a look at this one. Ooh, it's gone up a bit. It's 0.09. So not really worth your time, unless you happen to want that paint. But then it's usually cheaper to buy it off the market than it is to spend the resources in order to make it. But yeah. That was it for battles. Other sources resources? No. Well, that's it for the types of battles you can do. But you can still make money out of battles in other ways, because there are these. Come on, up you go. Daily missions. Now these are rewards over and above what you're getting for your mission or your battle or whatever, or your raid or your brawl. You get a new challenge every day. You can have up to 3 challenges going, and if you don't complete one of them by the end of the 3rd day, you'll lose one and gain a new challenge. You can also change the challenge exchange it for a new random one in case you can't do it, because they have qualifications you have to meet before you can succeed. And these ones are easy. Triumph in 5 raids, easy enough. Survive a raid, winning 7 raids. Winning 7 raids, get 200 scrap, and that doesn't count towards your weekly limit. So keep an eye on these, and if you qualify, go and do them, because it's extra Brucey bonus. And if you don't qualify, exchange them for a random one, or wait a while. Don't, especially when you're starting out, do what I did when I was starting out, and I stretched my coin. I took my coin that I was using to make money and then bought a piece of equipment in order to qualify for one of these daily rewards. And then I did the reward, hey, 200 coin, no, 200 scrap, and then yay, well, I don't really like this equipment, and if I sell it, I'm going to make a loss. And so that tied up a chunk of my cash and slowed me down in racing up the coin totals. So be a bit careful, be a bit wary, but when you qualify, go and do them. And similarly, in the daily missions, there are seasonal missions. Now you get a month, half a month, I forget, 2 weeks, something like that, to complete all these seasons. I'm busy bashing away at the hard one because the rewards for each of these individual stages, you can get electronics. You can get electronics from hard raids, but you don't get very many. Oh, I should mention that. Actually, yeah. You can also get where's a no, he's one. Where's the three? Where's the three? Can you see the three? No. There it is. There's two hard raids, and one of them gives copper, which can be profitable even if you're paying for the fuel, and one of them gives electronics, but the electronics amount you get is, even on a successful one, is like 5 or 6. So it's cheaper, just instead of spending the fuel to get the electronics, it's cheaper just to sell the fuel and buy the electronics off the marketplace. So don't worry about this hard battle unless you're doing it in order to qualify for the seasonal missions. They start off with not a lot of reward, but they build up, build up, build up, build up, build up. 100 electronics. That's good news. Let's have a look at what 100 electronics costs these days. Yep, wrong one. Electronics. 100 electronics. That's 55 coin. So that seasonal, what do you call this? Stage, yeah, is definitely worth doing for 50 coin, 55 coin. Woohoo! 55 coins worth of electronics. And after doing all of these stages, you get this, which is a Pathfinder's crate, which, as you can see, may hold any epic part, and you can sell that epic part. It's not one of the ones you can't sell, which is at the moment is about 350 to 400 coin. So definitely worth completing these. Not all of them are raids, some of the stages are missions, there you go, but you generally have to qualify. Install turrets of rarity, rare and higher. That incidentally, that's not gun turrets, that's the drone turrets. Either the machine gun ones or the rocket ones. Some of these qualifications aren't named very well, and you might have to look them up. Install cannons, plasma guns of rarity. So cannons is easy. Plasma guns, that's a big plasma cannon, not the plasma emitters, which come under. You see anything? Melee weapons, turrets again. No. Anyway, so whichever raids you can actually manage, either easy, normal, or hard, do the highest one of these that you can. Because this is easy. Here we go. Easy raids, or in this case, missions and rules. Stick a cannon on, go in, win 6 battles. Easy peasy. Get a 25 scrap reward. When you've done all the stages, 300 scrap reward. Worth going for if, as I said, you don't have to stretch to buy the equipment that you need to qualify. So that's the seasonal missions, and there's even more missions. They've gone now, but then there's the Christmas mission. Well, there was just recently the special, the Christmas special, Christmas and New Year festive special. Can you make money out of them? Yes, but only at the very start, just when they're starting. Whatever crackers or dangerous candy, that was it, from the Halloween special. Whatever the rewards are that you then trade in, at the very start of the mission, they're worth loads, because everyone wants to be the first to have the new equipment, the new paint, the new decor, whatever it is. So it's definitely worth, as soon as the special starts, get in there, get the rewards as hard as you can, get as many as you can, sell them quick. By the end of the special, they're not worth much at all, and neither is the decor or paint or whatever else you can make with from that special. So that's it for this video. other sources of resources. Hope it's been helpful. If you find it helpful or interesting or suspect, yeah, I've got another couple of videos in this series, so subscribe if you want to know how to make more coin quickly and easily for battle for fun and profit. See you on the battlefield.